In this video, I want to show you guys the secret to making dark piano beats, all from scratch in FL Studio. I am going to do some more unique stuff for the melody, and then I'm also going to show you guys some very cool tricks when it comes to the drums at the end. So make sure you stay to the end of the video to not miss any tips. And with all that being said, let's jump straight in. Alright, so we are now here in FL Studio 21. The piano I'm going to be using for this one is actually going to be this dark score piano in Omnisphere. It's from the Keyscape library, but I haven't done any adjustment to the settings as they are. Then for the BPM, this time I'm actually going to bump it up a little bit, so it's going to be at 155. As for the scale we're going to start off in, it's going to be C minor. Now with this very dark piano we chose from Omnisphere, I'm pretty much just going to put down a bass layer we can have as our foundation for the whole sample. So it's going to be very simple. I'm just going to have two chords repeating over again. Therefore, we're just going to start off with a C minor chord. Then what we want to do is just invert this middle note by pitching it up one octave. And now we can just add a small little filler note over here. Now that we have this first chord on the first two bars, literally everything we're going to do is just copy this over. But for the second part, I'm just going to pitch this middle note up by one semitone. If you are going for a more darker vibe, you really want to focus on these half steps that are right next to each other. This is why I'm pitching this one up by one semitone. And it's also why we added a note right below this one. Just to make this a little bit more interesting, we can also add one more note over here. Now to finish this off, we're just going to copy it over, randomize the velocity, and we also want to strum the notes. Very simple pattern. Like I said, it's a very simple pattern, but you can really hear it has that super greedy and very dark vibe to it. Now, to be honest, for the effects, I don't really want to add too much. So I'm just going to start off by using this Wolf compressor over here. I'm putting this compressor on just to level out the piano sound, but it's also going to give it a little bit more of that vintage type of sound. With that compressor, I'm also just going to add this EQ to cut out the low end. And lastly, just a little bit of delay in the background using this effect track preset. So even though we cut out the low end, we still have that dark vibe. And it kind of got some more vintage feel to it as well. Now to add some more elements to the melody, I'm going to use Vocalize 3 from Contact, and I'm going to try to lay down some very eerie sounding vocals. Yeah, I think this right here is fire. Want to make the vocals a little bit more ambient, so I'm adding this roam. Also this EQ just to cut out the high end a little bit. Lastly, we're just spreading out the vocals with this imager. So the piano and the vocals fit perfectly together, but the sample is still a little bit too simple. We need to add some more movement, so I'm going to lay down a different piano melody on top of the one we already have. And this right here adds some more movement to the piano. Now with that top melody we just added, I actually want to do a little bit of a unique trick. So I've just copied these same effects from the vocal over to that top piano, and then I'm just going to route it to the third insert. Then I'm going to press this record button and then press Alt and R on my keyboard. This is just going to render it out as an audio file. Now that we have the top piano as audio file, I'm just going to double click it and then reverse it over here. Now let's combine that with the other elements and see how it sounds. Yeah, so now it has some more movement and it's also very dark sounding. Next, we're also going to add a bass to this. I'm just going to go down to my Imperial one-shot kit. You guys already know I always end up using this stash bass. This is just so we can really fill out the whole low end. This goes crazy with the vocals and a reversed one. So the last thing I'm going to add is going to be a counter melody we can use when the vocal is not playing. So I just found this cool little phrase in Arcade. I'm just using this Weird Dreams preset in Drip. with all those elements, I'm just going to add a quick texture and play a little bit around with the pitch, and that should pretty much be it for the sample. Yeah, this is fire. I pitched the whole thing down by 2 semitones as well. Now that we have the full sample finished, we just have to add some crazy drums on this. As for all the drum sounds I'm using, they are of course coming from my Euphoria bundle kit. So if you guys like the sounds you hear, you can obviously check out the kit. It's on my website, it's BBMarko.com, or you can just click the first link down below. So we're just getting that clap in to get the bounce going. We also want to find a hi-hat. I think I'm gonna use this one. I really feel like just going for a crazy hi-hat pattern. Yeah, so this one kind of has a unique bounce. Sounds crazy though, for real. Yeah. Oof. This snare bounce right here is so nice. Let's try to put in this perk too. Yeah, so it's a little bit subtle. Yeah, some open hats as well. Now we really have the bounce down, but we need to add the 808 and the kick. I think I'm gonna go for this one. It just slaps, bro. Yeah, this 808 is crazy. So we have a triplet both on the 808 and on the hi-hats. Let me quickly just layer the 808 with the kick, and that should pretty much be it. Yeah, that's hard. Now, of course, I'm quickly just going to arrange the whole beat, and then I will take you guys through the whole beat. Right, so in the intro we have a halftime effect together with a sound shifter.
Shut up, Marko.
Kind of switches the vibe in the intro, but then it drops. Yeah, that triplet 808, it's crazy. Here we have some more top melody as well. Then we pitch up the second vocal. Slows it a little bit down for the verse.